They cannot go unpunished.
Hi guys, and welcome to another guide. So today I just wanted to talk about a new setup that you can run on Raven. So you can make her a good split pusher just because of the Lord Dominic's changes. So as you might know, armor pen works on tower, and the Lord Dominic now ignores the total armor instead of the bonus armor. And Demolish got buffed like 2 patches ago. So you can actually destroy the tower if you get Lord Dominic and Demolish. So you can just make Raven a good split pusher, and like if you struggle in team fights because like they got an annoying team comp or whatever, or if you just like the split pushing playstyle, you can just go for that build and that setup. So that allows you to carry if you can't really team fight, it gives you another playstyle that will allow you to carry the game. And Raven is pretty good at holding the 1v2, so you can bring pressure on the side lanes and take a lot of towers. And you can maybe even 1v2 depending of the enemy champions and depending of how fed you are. So that's a good playstyle that you can actually get thanks to the Lord Dominic changes and the Demolish buffs. So let's get started into the runes setup. So I personally go for Grasp of the Undying every time, and I get Demolish. Demolish is actually a must. You have to get it like every time if you want to run this setup. Then I go for the Chrysalis because, well, it gives AD, so AD is good. You still can go for second win, but I actually think Chrysalis is better because it actually gives you AD and some early tankiness. Then you can go for whatever, like you can go for Unflinching if you wanna get like the tenacity whenever you flash in, or you can go for the one that increases the healing and shield. Then you go for Sorcery. Sorcery is the best as secondary because it will give you 10% CDR with Transcendence, which is really like, Transcendence is really like one of the best runes for Raven. And you can get either the new rune like that is Nimbus, that gives you move speed and makes you ignore collision with the enemy units whenever you use your ultimate. Or you can just go for Gathering Storm. I think Gathering Storm is better than Nimbus just because you're just gonna scale and you're gonna like, the AD it gives will just scale. I mean, the AD it gives will fit pretty well with Lord Dominic's and stuff. Or you can go for the Summon Areas Keystone, so with Sorcery as first, and you can go for Transcendence, Gathering Storm, and Nimbus. And as secondary, then you go for Resolve with Demolish and Chrysalis. So when it comes to the items, you have different build paths that you can use. The first one is basically used when you're snowballing, and that you can actually deal with people without Black Cleaver when you don't need the Black Cleaver HP for the tankiness, and you don't need the armor shred to deal with the tanks. So this one is usually when you are really ahead, and you can actually go for Death Dance into Tiamat with Lucidity Boots and Lord Dominic. You should only go for this one if you're actually snowballing a lot, because this is kind of a greedy build. So the next one is actually one that you should actually go the most for. It's Death Dance into Black Cleaver into Lord Dominic. So this one will actually increase your survivability since it will give you HP from the Black Cleaver as well as the passive from the Death Dance. And it will also help you to shred some armor if you have to deal with tanks or someone building armor. It will also fit pretty well with the Lord Dominic to actually ignore the armor and shred a lot of people. Not only tanks, but even squishes. The other one is actually if you don't need the survivability from the Black Cleaver as well as the armor shred. So it's actually Death Dance into Humus Ghostblade into Lord Dominic. You get less cooldown reduction, so it's actually better to go for Lucidity, but sometimes you can't go for those. But that's actually a padding that you can use. So most of the time, you're either gonna go for Death Dance Cleaver into LDR or for Death Dance Ghostblade into LDR. It's up to you to see what you prefer, and it's actually situational. Alright, so that's about it for this video. So if you ever try it in game, give me feedback and tell me how your game went, and tell me if you actually enjoyed the playstyle. I've been playing a lot of games, like maybe 10 so far, in like mid-top plat. And I've won most of them, and I actually enjoy the playstyle a lot. So yeah, let me know in the comments And if you have any questions, just ask me and I will try to answer as soon as I can. Anyway, thank you all for watching and see you soon for more videos.
They cannot go unpunished.